Hello everyone, it's your girl Asia from the Range Bango channel. Welcome. I am here today with another video. Unfortunately, my video today will not be about The Sopranos. I thought I'd go a different route and review my thoughts on all 8 episodes of Final Season 2. Now, for those who have watched this channel, or for those who are just now getting into this channel, Found is like the recent TV show I've just got into. I heard it was good. I was seeing clips and stuff on it, stuff about the TV show on TikTok, and I just thought, why not get into it? And baby, it is by far the best TV show on TV today. I got into it. I made like one video about my thoughts on Final Season 2 so far, but after that, I never really talked about it again. And I figured since I already watched all the episodes that came on TV, I wanted to make sure I had to rewatch them. So I had to refresh my brain a little bit before I made this video. And today I rewatched all 8 episodes of Found Season 2. And now I'm hopping on here to talk about my thoughts on each episode, what I think of the season so far, what I can't wait to see, because baby, Found returns this Thursday. So that is one of the main reasons why I am making this video, because when I wanted to make this, I was still making Degrassi content, so I wanted to do one thing at a time. And I feel like since I'm no longer talking about Degrassi and I got 2 videos left talking about The Sopranos, I figure why not talk about this? You feel me? So, Found Season 2, episodes 1 through 8. I just want to say the premiere for Found Season 2, episode 1 was amazing. It was everything you wanted in a premiere, especially for things like they picked up where they left off so perfectly. It was just amazing to me. It was great. Like the first episode was really, really good. There's really nothing bad I can say about the first episode. The first episode of Found was a really great episode. There's like really nothing bad I can say about it. I thought Gabby was great. Margaret and Trent, they are really annoying, especially Margaret. Now, listen here. I get it. Margaret was pissed. She was upset that Gabby can do the same thing that Sir did to her. But I feel like no one is listening to Gabby when she said, like, okay, like what Trent said in the one episode. Because she was grieving, yes, I do not give her the right to do something illegal, but it's like being her friends and knowing what she's been through. I feel like they should give her at least a bit of credit. Like I just feel like when I watch episode 1, it just really pissed me off how mad, like how extreme, like everybody else wasn't really all that mad for real. For like how Margaret and Trent was really mad. Zeke and all them wasn't really all that mad for real. But to see how mad Margaret was and how mad Trent was, it was just like y'all should at least understand where she's coming from just a little bit. Y'all don't have to understand it, but y'all should see where she's coming from just a little bit, because that was her way of dealing with her trauma. Ain't nobody on Margaret asked for her sitting at the bus station waiting for her son to show up for a way of dealing with her trauma. It's not healthy, but no one is criticizing for how she dealt with her trauma. And then everybody is like asking, why didn't Gabby ever tell them anything? Because I feel like she was afraid of how they would react, like how they're reacting now. Let's say she didn't keep it a secret. Let's say she told them that she kidnapped Sir as soon as she did it. Would they have the same reaction they have now? Would they be pissed? Would they be mad? I feel like what would their reactions be? Because I don't really see it being any different. Because I feel like other than Don, who I really, really grew to like once I rewatched season 2, he is like a ride or die for Gabby. I fuck with Don. He is the only one who has not judged her for how she dealt with her trauma, because he gets it. We can't judge people for how they deal with their trauma. But for y'all to act like y'all are doing y'all shit the best way, it's kind of irritating. Zeke hasn't dealt with his trauma. He doesn't leave his house. Him staying in his home and being isolated from people is not healthy. Margaret sitting at the bus station and waiting for her son to come back is unhealthy. But no one is judging them for how they deal with their trauma. So what gives him the right to try to put Gabby down for how she dealt with her shit? That shit irritated me. And Trent is a bitch ass nigga. I do not like Trent. The fact that he just so quick to arrest Gabby, the fact that he just like so quick to just, rush through all this and just put handcuffs on her, it just makes me feel like, did he ever care for her? How can he say he really loved her if he's so quick to arrest her? I feel like for him loving her, because it is obvious that the reason why he is so pissed is because he loved her, and because he's pissed. He's pissed because she didn't come to him. Let's be honest. I don't think he's mad that she really locked somebody up. I think he's pissed that he felt like after everything they've been through, he thought that their relationship was still like that. Like they were still tight to come to each other about, about certain shit. And I think he's really mad that she didn't feel like she could come to him. Like she couldn't depend on him. That she couldn't trust him. And the same shit I said about everybody else, what would his reaction be? Would he had understand where she was coming from? Or would his reaction be exactly what the fuck he giving her? How can you do that? You know better than sir. And like just all this nagging bullshit. That's not what she wants to hear. She wants to hear someone at least say they get where she was coming from. And I feel like the only person who has been that is been Don up until Lacey forgave her. Margaret and Trent and Zeke, they can really kiss my ass. Zeke eventually does come around. But Margaret and Trent, they can really get the fuck out of my face because they're really on some bullshit. For real. I ain't got time for all that shit. No. No time for it. None whatsoever. Like I said, season 2, episode 1 was a really good episode. Margaret and Trent got on my fucking nerves. They were really irritating. The fact that Sir would kidnap Lacey and try to keep her hostage so he could, still do this cat and mouse shit between him and Gabrielle is like some diabolical shit. Sir is not your typical TV bad guy, which is probably why I really, really like him so much, because it's like, of course he has a motive, but he is like not so quick to get what he wants, right? I feel like if he wanted Gabby, he could take her. Cause it's like if he done it before, it's not that hard to do it again. You feel me? I just feel like he enjoys the cat and mouse shit. Enjoys, is he here? Is he there? I feel like he leaving puzzles and leaving quizzes and leaving riddles. I feel like he kind of enjoys that type of shit. So to know that he would kidnap Lacey and that he blames Lacey for Gabby not loving him back, this man has entered a different type of delusions. I think he's like not sure, like he's not sure your average bad guy for a TV show. And that could be why like a lot of people in the Found fandom like him a lot, because he's like very interesting. Even though we're supposed to hate him, I kind of don't hate Sir because he's like so damn interesting. Like it's like so hard to hate him, for real, for real. Can't lie to y'all, it's really hard to hate him. But yeah, episode 1, Missing Wild Bait, was a really good episode. Can't really say too much, nothing bad about it. It was a really good opener. Leaving where they picked up was great. Great. Nothing bad I could say about it. Episode 2. Now, I just want to say this. Episodes 1 through 3 were fucking fantastic. They were perfect. They were really, really great episodes. Like the first 3 episodes for season 2, they were not fucking around. They did not come to play with. They did not come to play with you hoes. Their job was to make sure we got on the edge of our feet for these top 3 episodes. So episode 2, Missing Wild Difficult, was yet another good episode. They're still looking for Lacey. Everyone thinks Lacey is dead. Sir is still trying to interfere himself into these cases. There was a baby that went missing and he's trying to help Gabby trying to find the baby. Like, this episode was also a really good episode. Oh, his brother pops up. Shit like that. I feel like they would have caught Kate. They would have actually found Lacey in this episode had his brother just stayed his ass in the car. Like, nobody told him to get out the car. Yet he gets out of it. Like, bro, like, why? Had Sir Brother would have just stayed in the car, they would have found Lacey. They would have found it because they found a location, they found where she was at, and yet this nigga gets out the car and Sir is so quick with it. Lacey tried to escape and she ended up being unconscious, which was just some crazy shit. But episode 2 was a really good episode. Yet again, I hate Trent. Trent is one of my least favorite characters in this show. I do not like him. I would never like him. I just don't like how he like. I don't like him or Margaret right now. Like when I was rewatching season 2, Margaret, like the little things she would say, like how she would be passive aggressive with her tone, it kind of just irritates me because it's like with Margaret, I feel like she put Gabby on this pedestal, like she can't do no wrong, like she just perfect, and I think that's a little delusional. And I say that because Gabby is not perfect. She's dealing with a lot of shit, but she just doesn't deal with it. And the reason why that is because she's so busy having to deal with finding missing people, having to deal with everyone else's shit in the MA. She has never ever got the chance to really deal with how she is feeling, which is what led her to kidnap Sir to begin with. You feel me? I feel like if she really got through everything by being kidnapped by him, there would be no reason for her to really go trying to kidnap Sir to begin with. But like she said, her father just died. She was in a really bad place, and being taken away for a year and not being able to make up for all that time she missed with her father, it fucked her up. And she feel like Sir had to pay, and I don't blame her. Like I'm saying, I don't think Gabby was right to do the same shit Sir did to her, but I definitely see where she's coming from, and I don't think she should be judged for how she deals with her trauma. But then again, I just want her to go off on these bitches. Like, I want her to just cry or break down. I want her to do something to show everyone she is not perfect. She don't have everything together. That is just a facade because y'all want her to have everything together. And I feel like that is why Margaret is really hurt. I feel like Margaret is really hurt because she feels like Gabby is perfect, and I think she felt like when Gabby told him she had Sir locked up, it ruined whatever pedestal she had her on, which I think is ridiculous. I don't put anyone on a pedestal because people are going to disappoint you. That's just life. Even if they don't mean to disappoint you, they're human. So they're gonna make mistakes is what I'm trying to say. I don't put nobody on a pedestal where I feel like they can't do no wrong. I just say don't intentionally hurt me. But for me to feel like someone isn't gonna make a mistake and I put them on a pedestal where they can never make a mistake, that's me basically saying they aren't human. Because you are human. You're going to make mistakes, period. So I feel like Margaret just need to get the fuck over it. And I think my girl, she really need to seek help, like some real help. She need to get like some real professional help, not from Don's husband, someone who's a retired therapist. Like she need to get a real fucking therapist because my girl, she just been crashing out and really losing her shit. And I think she just need to get some help. Seek some help for real, because Margaret, my girl, is not doing great. And you know what? I can't really blame her because I can't imagine what it's like to lose a child because I'm not a mother. But I really do feel for her. I do know she really wants to find her son. And you know what? I think that would be a really good thing in this show if she do find him. Like, if she was to find him, that would be really great. That would probably be such an emotional moment because I don't feel like her son is dead. I feel like, to me, I feel like her son either ran off or I feel like he was taken. That's how I feel. I don't think her son is dead. But you know, sometimes when people go missing for a really long time, that's what people feel like, that they're dead. And I just don't want to feel like her son is dead. I do feel like her son is out there. I just want them to keep looking. I really do hope in this show they do eventually find Margaret's son. I do hope that they do. Now, like I said, episode 2 was great, really, really good. Episode 3 was a really great episode. The cold opening that they did was really great. You see Gabby finna turn herself into Sir. They find Lacey in this episode. We find out Sir, the flashbacks into Lacey's childhood is by far some of the best work they've done in this season. The flashbacks of her childhood is really some good shit because seeing Lacey as a kid, she was really traumatized. Like, she was really, like, mentally, she was fucked up. She was a mute, basically. She didn't speak, and she was scared all the time. Like, she would sleep underneath her bed with a knife. Me, personally, I don't think she should have been sleeping alone. If I was her mother, I would have had her sleeping with me, or I would be sleeping in her bed. I just don't think it's a good idea for her to be sleeping by herself. She would hide underneath she would hide underneath the bed with a knife. Like, she just was not okay. I don't think Lacey was broken. She was a child who was kidnapped, and she had to deal with that trauma. Everyone trying to make it seem like because her and Gabby weren't like touched or whatever, sexually assaulted by Sir, there should be nothing they should be traumatized about. But it's like the idea of being kidnapped and being hold against your will, you could still be traumatized because that can make you scared of living your life. It can make you scared of going outside. It can make you feel isolated. And why should someone who did nothing wrong should feel like they shouldn't have to live their life? No. The idea of Sir stalking Lacey because he wanted to get close to Gabby is some of the sickest shit ever. I thought that shit was really insane. Like, when he told Lacey in episode 2, or no, in episode 1, my bad. When he told Lacey in episode 1 that because to me, I just didn't like the way Trent or Lacey kept saying, why would Sir go after Lacey and not Gabby? It's like, damn, did y'all want her to get taken again? Because that's what it sounded like. Did y'all want her to get kidnapped again? I get it. Sir is definitely obsessed with Gabby, but going after Gabby would have been too easy. And I said it because why go after her instead of go after someone she loved, right? If he went after Gabby, there would be no cat and mouse. There would be no one he can, like, play as a fool. With Lacey, he can take Lacey and he know that he can leave Gabby clues, he can leave her puzzles, he can leave her riddles, and he can still do his cat and mouse thing. See, they don't think. They're just not smart. Because if they were smart, they would see that's why he took Lacey to begin with. Even though he took Lacey because he told Gabby that if she was to break them up or do whatever she did, whatever reason, he would go after Lacey, and he kept his promise like he did. But episode 3 was really, really good. Like, it was really good. Like I said, the flashbacks of Lacey's childhood is by far some of the best shit we've seen this season. Like, every flashback of Lacey's childhood when she would see Sir and she wasn't sure if she was losing her mind or she was seeing things, some really good shit because she was losing her mind. That man was really there. He was really stalking her. Like, no shit. He was really stalking her. And he was only stalking her so he get close to Gabby. And I really want to give my girl... No, hold on. Before I even get to that, is it just me or when anyone else watched episode 3, 4, found... Did anyone get the hint that the writers was trying to make it seem like... Okay, because Sir kept saying things like him and Gabby are being judged for their love. And he had something on the computer called... Is it crazy in love or am I just crazy? And I feel like, are the writers trying to say that is Sir really in love with Gabby or is he just crazy? Me personally, I think it's both. I think, regardless of what people feel, he does love Gabby. He do. He loved Gabby. He already told a nigga Christian that he already told his brother that Gabby comes before blood. So, me personally, I do feel like he does love Gabby, but Sir has mother issues. I'm just going to say that right now. He has mother issues. His mother was very promiscuous, so his mother had a lot of men. and his mother was also a sex worker. So I think Sir has mother issues. There's no think. Sir has mother issues for for sure. He has mother issues, and I think he has a very unhealthy, toxic way of love because this between him and Gabby is not love. He was her teacher who groomed her, took advantage of her, and kidnapped her, hold her against her will, and then try to make it seem like that what they have is love when it's not love at all. There's no love between him and Gabby. Gabby doesn't love him, but he loves Gabby. You feel me? He loves her. And I feel like the writers is trying to convince us, like, okay, is there really love between them, or is it just crazy? Like I said, I don't think the writers is trying to do anything like physical between them. Like I said, I don't think Gabby and Sir have much of a physical connection. Like, it's not sexual, but I definitely feel like as much as when it comes to emotion, I definitely feel like they have emotional connection. More, they have more of a trauma bond. That's what I feel like it is. It's more of a trauma bond that's between them because he's been through trauma with his mother and she's been through trauma being kidnapped by him. So I feel like with her and Sir, it's like really much, it's a trauma bond. But I don't know. That was just something that pointed out to me when I watched the episode. When I saw it on his laptop, I'm just thinking like, hold on, crazy? Is it crazy in love or is it just crazy? I thought that was pretty crazy that the writers will put that on his laptop. But whatever. But I gotta give my girl Gabby props. I love Gabby. Shamilla Hampton, she does her big one when she play Gabby. First of all, she is beautiful. My girl know how to dress. She is a really beautiful woman. And I feel like for her to turn herself into Sir, to keep Margaret, to keep Don, to keep Zeke, to keep Trent, to keep Lacey safe, to turn herself into Sir so he can leave them all alone, so he can just have her. I gotta give my girl props for everyone who feel like she don't care or she don't love them. That scene proved to me she would do anything for the MA. Though they are her family, so I feel like for her to just willingly want to give herself up to Sir, her kidnapper, so she could keep them safe. To me, that's when I knew she really do love. She loved her family, and I feel like I'm just so ready for everyone to like get past what happened. Like, get over her kidnapping Sir. Get over that. Get over it quickly. Margaret needs to get over it. Trent needs to get over it. Like I said, Zeke eventually does get over it. With Trent, I don't want Gabby and Trent together at all. Number one, I feel like they have no chemistry at all. I would prefer if they keep it a partnership. Just that we deal with each other when we kind of work. Off work, we don't talk. I just don't think her and Trent have any chemistry. And I feel like he act too much like, I feel like sometimes he try to act like her dad instead of just acting like someone who she was in a relationship with. Like, he just sometimes come to her with too much hostility. And, you know, she keep her cool, calm, and collected. But I be wanting her to be like, nigga, who the fuck is you talking to, bitch? I ain't one of your niggas you could just talk to any type of way, nigga. I'm Gabby Moses, bitch. You better come to me correct, nigga. Don't be talking to me crazy out of the side of your neck like you done lost your motherfucking tongue. That's literally how he be talking to her sometimes. Like, the shit be so crazy to me. But episode 3 was a really good episode. They found Lacey. You know, she doing okay. Now, as far as episodes 4 through 6 are really kind of boring. I don't really have much to say about them because nothing about them really stuck out to me. Like I said, this is when Sir really didn't get that much screen time and they just really focusing on cases. It isn't as exciting as it was for episodes 1 through 3. The only thing in episode 4 I really found interesting was that Sir definitely does plan on kidnapping Gabby again. He had passports and he was talking on the phone to somebody about a new teaching job, and he planned on kidnapping her again and keeping her ass trapped in the basement. So I feel like that needs to be something they bring up again, because I feel like when I was watching this season again, there's a lot of things they did that I feel like I hope they bring up again. Okay, like for instance, before they found out that Sir was working with someone, Lacey had a flashback of him talking on the phone to somebody, asking for help. And I just feel like, why did she keep that to herself? Why didn't she ever tell anyone at MA that she did hear him on the phone talking to somebody? Why was that something she felt like she kept to herself? Or the phone call that he made. Are they ever gonna bring that up again, or was that just a one time thing? Like, I hope that's something they bring up. Like, okay, like, why hasn't Gabby checked this nigga Trent yet about him keeping the letter that Sir wrote to her? He all on her ass about her withholding information, yet you withhold a whole letter this nigga hand wrote me when he kidnapped Lacey, and you kept to yourself. You never once told me about the letter. You never told me he wrote a letter. Man, you ain't tell me shit. You just kept it to yourself. There should be no reason why Zeke had to hack into the police system to know that Sir wrote a letter for her. Trent get on my nerves talking about you withhold information from me. But bitch, you the one who withheld the information. Why the fuck did you tell her that he wrote a letter? You should have told her that. She has the right to know that's her motherfucking kidnapper, bitch. Ugh, that nigga Trent is annoying. I cannot stand him. I hate Trent. I will never grow to like him. He could kiss my ass for all I care. He could kiss this. I really don't give a fuck about Trent. I really don't. I feel like I really, 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 I really loved episode 7. And I liked it because this episode it took more, like, it was more on Gabby's perspective. You know, it's the anniversary of her mother, and she's doing it all by herself. Her father is gone. I really liked that they really had her just, finally felt something instead of just, kind of distancing herself from her feelings. I like that they showed that, she's not perfect and that she's not going to be around, so that they need to get used to, solving cases without her. If that does happen, to potentially that she does go to prison for what she did. I feel like Gabby is a really good character because I like that they showed that she is not perfect, and it's really like eating her up that she did what she did to cause all this damage and distance between them, and that that because she got to take care of everyone else's shit, and she got this Sir shit going on, that she can't really deal with what's really bothering her. I liked in this episode they actually allowed my girl to really, like, deal with what's going on. And it was something where they said something where Ethan, Don's husband, and I actually liked it that Ethan actually said this to Gabby. Me personally, I don't think Don owes Gabby anything, and I think even she know that because Don has been loyal since day one. He was the one who found Sir. He was the one who tracked him down for Gabby. He was the one who kept her secret when everybody else didn't know. I don't think he owes Gabby anything, so there's no reason for him to keep putting his husband second. But I think Don feels a guilt that he didn't tell the team that he was the one who found Sir. And I think he felt a guilt that he didn't tell his husband first, that his husband was the last one to know when I should have been the first person he told. And I think Ethan is just getting tired of being second in Don's life, which I feel like he should. Ethan is Don's husband, and he's the last one to know anything. He's the last one to know anything. Don does not come to him about nothing. He only comes to him when the shit is done and over with. And I know when you're in a relationship, you want to feel like you're that person's priority. If you come second, what the fuck is y'all doing then? There's no point of this relationship working if you feel like I'm not important enough for you to come to me for things. And I don't know, I just definitely felt where Ethan was coming from, because it's like, it's not a good feeling to feel second to anybody. And I like the flashback they showed with Gabby, at that time after her escape, feeling second to her father, because at that point drinking was way more important to him than him asking her how does she feel or just being there for her after her escape. He just focused on drinking. Like, drinking was like the only thing he gave a fuck about. It was like his only priority. So I definitely feel where Gabby was coming from, because it's one thing to be second, but to be a child and be second to your parents' addiction, that shit must really suck. And I really felt for my girl. Like, when she broke down in tears, I felt for my girl. I really felt for her because that's what I want to see from adult Gabby. I want to see adult Gabby break down and just let everybody and their mama know she is not perfect and that she over with all the fuckery. She over with everyone putting her on this pedestal. She over everyone thinking that she's perfect. She just tired of all of it. And to know that Sir planned on kidnapping her again is so crazy to me. One of the craziest things in this show is to know not only was Sir kidnapping Lacey or not kidnapping, to know that Sir was not only stalking Lacey after the escape, but to know he was also stalking Gabby too. Her entire adult life, not while she was just a child, but he was stalking her entire adult life, is some crazy shit. That he made it his fucking mission to keep stalking her. I thought that shit was insane. Like, in episode 8, when he called Lacey's mother pretending like he was in university, calling her to let her know that she had got in, and Lacey's mother, dumbass, gave him information that Gabby was going to be going to school in New Orleans. That is how he eventually started stalking her when Trent showed her that he followed her to New Orleans. That is how he knew because her mother said it. I just thought that shit is crazy. Like, not only is he stalking, but he making false phone calls to get information. This nigga is a different breed. Like, at this point, he done made it his whole life to live, breathe, eat, and kidnap Gabby Mosley. That's that nigga is wicked. That nigga is so wicked. And then, hold on, before I'm done with this episode, because episode 7 was a really great episode, let's talk about how Gabby's classmate basically tried to victim blame her into saying that she wanted to be kidnapped by Sir. Because, okay, I'm going to just say this. There's nothing wrong with having crushes on older men. We've all been there till we thought our teacher was hot. But just because I think my teacher is hot doesn't mean I'm asking for them to kidnap me or hold me against my will. She basically gonna say that she think it was an intimate relationship between Gabby and Sir, that she think they had sex. They was basically having a teacher and student relationship, and that I guess when Gabby tried to end her or whatnot, that's when he kidnapped her and held her against her will. No, Sir was falling in love with his student. He was falling in love with this child and held her against her will because he just felt like he needed to kidnap her. That's what happened, and whatever fuck she think it is not what happened. For her to say, oh, Gabby had lunch with him every day, all the other girls try to get his attention, but he only cared about Gabby. It's like, girl, what are you saying? Like, no one got time for you. You don't even know what the hell you talking about. People only think that because they feel like Sir is a victim somewhere. Where I don't even know what the fuck that's about. But I thought that was really something interesting that they did in the episode. Like, really? People are victim blaming her now? That's crazy to me. Anyway, next. Episode 8 was a really great finale to pause the show for a minute and to do something. Just to pause the show. This episode was really good to me. Like, Sir, for his plan to be where he wants to kidnap all the members of MA so he can have Gabby to himself, to where they can't depend on her, to where they can't need her. It's some wicked shit. Like I said, every episode this nigga just get more and more wicked. He just have more and more shit that he be planning. And I just think that's some crazy shit to say, where you're basically gonna kidnap her friends so he can have Gabby all to himself, right? And at this point, someone is helping Sir. He has an accomplice, and I can't wait to see who it is because, I be hearing all my homegirls who watch the episodes, who watch the show, be saying it could be this person, it could be that. I really don't know who it is at this point. I can't even take no guesses. I just can't wait to see who the fuck it is that is helping Sir at this point. You feel me? Zeke is trying to find out where he could get the letter from Trent so Gabby can read it. Like, episode 8 was just a great episode all around. Like, it was just a lot of good shit. Like I said, this is a really good episode to stop the season, to give it a pause so we could be ready for the next episode. And I cannot wait for that showdown between Gabby and Sir. I know that shit finna eat. I know it's finna cook because I cannot wait to see it. My girl came in there with her brass knuckles ready to fuck him up. And Lacey, we stand Lacey's mother for teaching Gabby no more running. It's time to fucking fight. Period. It's time to fight your demons. It's time to fight what you're afraid of. Because what you're afraid of gonna eat your ass up until you can finally beat it. We stand Lacey's mama for teaching Gabby. It's time to stand the fuck up. No more running from you. We done running. It's time to stand up for herself. I love that shit. I feel like season 2 for Found all around. I feel like episodes 1 through 3 were amazing, and I think after that it got a little slow with snail's pace. And I feel like episodes 7 and 8 made me really excited for what they're gonna do next for more of the season, because they're doing 22 episodes this season, so I really can't wait to see that. I just hope it don't move at a snail's pace. But you never know. This show is just really good. It's really amazing. I'm telling y'all, if y'all have not watched this show, you would not regret it if you give it a chance. It's really really fucking good. Like I said, this show returns on January 16th. Once episode 9 drop and I watch it, I will be giving my thoughts and concern about it, what I like, what I didn't like, and what I can't wait to see more with the season. And then, I think I'm gonna wait once all 22 episodes are done so I can review that. Or you know what, I might just do where I review every episode and then do the 22 episode. I don't know, I'm gonna think about it. Or I might just review episode 9 and then 10 through 22 I might review. You feel me? Who knows? I don't know. But I'm gonna catch y'all in my next video. Peace.